In September of 2007, he was having problems with severe headaches and vomiting, and we went to several doctors. One thought it was a virus, one thought it might be migraines. Then he started having some vision problems, so I took him to the ER, and on September the 22nd, 2007, they diagnosed him with at that time all we knew was a posterior fossa mass, which is a tumor at the back of the brain, right on the brain stem. I was devastated. I was here with him. My husband was out of town. So, I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, our whole world just changed. The floor fell out from under me. We were immediately admitted to the hospital. He had surgery the next day to put a tube in to release some of the pressure in the brain. Then on September 25th, he went to surgery and then was in surgery about 5 or 6 hours. And they removed the tumor. They were able to remove all of it, which was awesome. However, when he came back from surgery, his face was frozen as if he couldn't move any of his facial muscles. He couldn't close his eyes, he couldn't close his mouth, he couldn't talk, he couldn't swallow, and he couldn't move his left side. I was shocked. I can't say that we weren't warned, but when you're going through this, your emotional state is, you're not hearing everything. It will register and you will remember later. So we were told, but I just didn't register that he would have a face that had no expression. We spent 19 days at Eggleston Hospital after surgery. They did put a tube down his nose so that we could feed him because he couldn't eat. It was the quietest my child has ever been in his life. I was like, I prayed for him to say just, hey Mom. And I wanted a smile. I missed his smile. He has the most infectious, sweetest smile you'd ever know. But it wasn't there. And but he could give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, and we even started playing Thumb War. So that was kind of, we knew Jarod was there.
And I always won her.
After 19 days, though, at Eggleston, we went over to Scottish Rite to the inpatient rehab facility, where they worked miracles with him. They taught him to walk. They got his left side moving. He was, before we left there, 42 days later, I believe, he was walking, he was talking, he was eating. So I was so amazed to see the changes. Although he has progressively made more changes over the past year, it was just wonderful to have him home and have him at least be able to say, I'm hurting, or I want this, or I want that. You knew you didn't have to play a guessing game anymore.
Now they can't get me to be quiet.
He is a very strong young man. He has taught us all a lot of lessons of how to go through things, and it made me feel like, well, if he can go through it, I can go through it. I am a cancer survivor. I'm a breast cancer survivor, soon be 6 years. I always consider myself one of the lucky ones. My cancer was caught very, very early. I actually was told that I wouldn't have to have a mastectomy, but yet I would have to go through radiation and chemotherapy. I had other issues with that same breast at the time that would not be impacted by the chemo or the radiation, that they would still be there, they would still grow and eventually have to be removed. So what I did was opted for a mastectomy and reconstruction, so therefore I did not have to go through chemo and radiation. And I know there are lots of women out there that have been through some horrible cancer treatments of chemo and radiation and repeated doses of this, what I like to call a poison into your body, but it's poison to the cancer. I'm lucky in that I didn't have to do that. But those women they are stronger people for it, and I am grateful that they have survived, and medicine has learned a lot from what they've gone through in their treatment to make better treatments down the road. And hopefully I won't ever have to go through that, but if I do, I know it's there, thanks to the ones that have gone before me. The thing I would like parents and the general public to know about childhood cancer is, number one, there's no way to prevent it. It's nothing you do or don't do for your child. That was one of the first things I asked was, did we cause this? Did we not do something that we should have or do something that we shouldn't have? And we were reassured that no, this just happens. There's no rhyme or reason. And childhood cancer doesn't pick economic or socioeconomic differences. I mean, it goes across all. The best thing you can do is hug your children and love them, for you don't know how long you'll have them.